this should be like a pain problem. This should lead with a pain. If I said 98.5% of people never break through making 6 figures a year, here's how I got to 7 and then 8 figures in under 2 years. Is that going to speak to you? Do you see? The messaging is what attracts the people. The background image, the main image, you can have a prop. This headline should have been up here. Then 3 benefits, then 1 big call to action. I would put pictures of a lifestyle. I'd put picture of me and a guru or me and 5 different gurus, right? That's how it should be. You're familiar with the different types of funnels that turns strangers into high ticket clients. Right now, what's hot is Instagram profile funnels. What's also hot is mirror board funnels, which is basically YouTube videos where you share all of your experience and expertise, and then you get people to come in and book a phone call for implementation. This is exactly what I'm doing. If you have the budget, 3-day summits work really well. If you are on a limited budget, then doing 4-hour webinars or 2-hour webinars, those work where it's a live event. So this webinar in the past has made me millions of dollars. I've tweaked this, angels, and I've added like this stuff is really old, but I didn't want to spend 4 hours, right? So what I did with my team is I basically got them to edit a bunch of stuff. Like this is me here, right? You can see I've got a beard and stuff. Back then I didn't have a beard. And so if you see from the beginning, which is when I was doing this webinar, this is really old. You can see that like the picture here, right? Like this is this. So what we did is we used this because back in the day, this converted. So what I also did over here is I went back over here and I just changed this name, funnels.com/3K. And I came up with a solid offer. You know, we're going to set up your website, blah, 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 all of this stuff. And you can start for $3,000. Okay. Now, when they come in for 3K, they can get the full course for 3K, or it will be something along the lines of $3,000 a month, which is times 12, which is $36,000 a year, or one payment of 30K upfront. Does that make sense?
Yes.
If you want to have the live coaching, all of these things. And then they have a calendar, do the webinar once. And now what's going to happen is I'm going to just retweak these with different things. Like for example, over here, you know, it says Guru Sales Funnels. I can just make a short video and clip it inside. So I do the work once, and what I'm trying to do is just have non-stop variations. Okay, so over here, like you can see here, I'm giving them a walkthrough of this. Okay, now what will happen is I'm gonna have landing page. So landing page into the webinar. And before they join the webinar, I'm going to turn this into an auto webinar. Yeah. So before they join the auto webinar, as soon as after they've opted in, I'm going to say, hey, by the way, do you want my $27 Kickstarter kit? Okay. Oh, sorry. I think it's $27 or $97, whatever it is. It's basically something that's cheap. It's instant where clients come in and they buy right now. You got it?
Yep.
So that's basically going to be my plan for this next webinar. I will redo this webinar in the next probably one. Actually, I'll do it today. And then once I've done it, I'll show you the entire plan. And then you can basically model it for yourself.
Okay.
Okay. That's what I do on the automated webinars. Most of the things will not work on your first launch. So you want to keep launching. And obviously, I'm going to give you as many shortcuts as possible. Okay. Any questions that you have right now, fire away.
Yeah, so it sounds like you are recommending webinar first, and part of the reason is for the investment. Why does a 3-day summit require monetary investment?
Because how else are you going to go and get the customers?
Wouldn't I have to put ads or organic or something?
Yeah. So do you have a following right now on social media?
Nah.
Yeah. So that's the thing, man. See, this is why you can't copy someone else. You understand? Like, for example, you just saw me do a 3-day summit. Yeah. But that 3-day summit also cost me like 20 G's.
Okay.
Now, I basically burned through that 20 grand very quickly. Okay. Do you have 20 grand to burn? I don't know.
No.
Then stay the heck away from it. But if you look at me and you're like, but you know what? Shaq is doing 3-day summits. I need to do that. That's where you're going to go wrong. Does that make sense, Jake? So when I tell you, Jake, dude, call funnel, Just master that one funnel. Even till today, the number one funnel I recommend to every single person to get to 50K, 100K a month net is the call funnel. Just get booked calls. You don't need to look pretty. You don't need your website. You don't need anything else. I can sell you 27 different funnels. Okay. That's what I sell, by the way. There's 27 funnels. By the way, guys, buy one funnel, buy 7 funnels. But if you're not making 50, 100 grand a month profit, why are you trying to look pretty? And this is what holds everyone back, dude, is trying to get perfect. Speed of implementation and execution is everything. I'm telling you this. You know why? Because sometimes people will, even on my team, they'll tell me, okay, oh, but you're not good. I'm like, you don't need to tell me what I'm good at and I'm not good at. I already know. I have that much self-awareness. Yeah. If I just hired this person to help me with social media, they're like, oh, we need to get this. I'm like, listen, rule one, go and make 100 videos. If you make 100 videos and you get 1% better at each video, then by the time you've shot 100, you've got your messaging right. You can articulate your story. You can articulate your offers. Does that make sense? But if you're looking and you spend the next 6 months trying to make one perfect video, okay, but the guy and the girl half your age on Instagram just made 10 times the money. So what do you want? Do you want to look perfect? Do you want to look good? Or do you want to make more money? You want to make more money, right? So rule is speed of implementation, speed of execution.
So regarding the call funnel that we've got, obviously with call funnels, it can have high churn, obviously, because you're finding people, dragging them in and making them book calls. So for the people that are like maybe opting in for the lead magnet or opting in for the VSL, and the ones that don't actually book a call, what's the best way to try and retain them and pull them back in?
More content, bro. More content, dude.
So social media content or retargeting strategies?
Social media content.
And just try and nurture them through that.
Yeah. Social media content where once someone comes in, you're basically sending them more and more insights on why you're the best, essentially what makes you different, what lessons you can share with your clients, those kind of things. Yeah, you guys want to use this? I'm selling this as a product in the next 7 to 10 days.
With the profile visit funnel, can you do it without going heavy on the story sequences? Or does it?
We can. We have options like we call it 5130, which is I'm looking for 5 people who want to get one result. So in this case, scale to 100K a month in the next 30 to 90 days, whatever. DM me mentor. You follow me on Instagram, right?
Yeah, I should do.
So you should see these posts. Judy, did you make any of these posts? Okay, she hasn't posted on this.
How many story sequences would you do a week?
I mean, I'll do at least one per day.
Really?
Look, do you want to make lots of money?
Of course.
You need to post more. Okay.
Yeah.
That's it. I was on a call. I was on a call basically with Alex Hormozi's team, and you know what he said? He said when his wife paid Cardone 150 grand for 4 hours of consulting. So you talk about angels, high ticket offers. People are out there getting paid 150 grand for 4 hours of their time. So Alex Hormozi's wife paid Cardone 150 grand for coaching. One of the first things Cardone asks Alex Hormozi is, how many times a day are you posting? And he's like, oh, I post once a day or once every other day. And then Cardone, I never forget this because it hits home for me, right? Cardone picks up his phone and then he goes, look at how many times I post, 10 times a day. And then he's showing nonstop, right? And so, Jake, if you want to make more money, you need to post more. That's it. It's as simple as that. The reason why I'm not making so for example, in my business, I'm just going to give you an example. If I make 100 grand a month from Instagram, why am I not making 500 grand a month from YouTube, which is basically my goal? Yeah. It's very simple. When was the last time I posted a video on YouTube? Right. So that means I'm not consistent in that. So wherever you put your energy, that's where the money is going to come from. You understand? Last month, I got 2 big deals. They came mainly from collaborations. I was on a walk this morning with my wife, and she was like, "Oh, this is where you got your customers from." And I was like, "I need to do way more." Do you guys
Do you have a
understand?
podcast as well?
Sorry?
Do you have a podcast?
I have a podcast where I did like 100+ episodes, and then we killed it off. But now that you asked me for it, it means that you're interested. Okay.
Mm.
Guess what, Jake? Today I'm publishing a new episode, and I'm gonna send you the link. Okay.
Good to hear.
Some people you might not like. For example, I listen to some people's podcasts when I'm in the gym because I can't watch their videos or whatever. Okay, and I just deleted YouTube from my phone. So guess what? I'm not watching anyone's YouTube. But if I've got someone's podcast link, I'm gonna be listening to them. Judy, please add it into the ClickUp. Okay, we start off with take out all of this. Is why I said, Jake, if you start off with YouTube, everything else becomes easy. So I'm gonna take my YouTube videos, get them into podcast format, and keep uploading them. That's what we did in the past. That's what I plan to do again. So Angels, you said you're ready to take massive action.
That's correct.
Okay, this is what you got to do. Go in, start creating these content pieces like this. Like for example, look at this video. I'll show you guys this so that you guys can see and learn this. This morning I woke up, someone asked me, "Hey, can you send me what did they say? They said, send me the replay of this." Remember, this video I done 31 weeks ago. You guys see where I'm going with this? 31 weeks ago, I made a post. This morning, someone's asking me for the replay. What does that say? That means I done the work 31 weeks ago, and today I'm still getting people asking me. It could be you tomorrow, Jake. If you wasn't a client of mine, I would be like, "Hey, Jake, go watch this. By the way, go and book a call." So you want to create content like this that will stick for months and years to come. Okay, so I've sent you this. Go watch it, and you guys can see some of the other stuff. This was 110 weeks ago.
Is there a particular type of story sequence that you've seen has performed the best out of them all?
No.
So in terms of like maybe DM swipe up, results, value, like
just do a mixture, bro. Just do a mixture. Just do a mixture. You know, if you look, here's the thing: when something is too professional, it comes across like, "Oh, bro, you're trying to sell too hard." Yes or no?
Yeah.
You know, when you see someone who's got every single thing so perfect, do you trust them? You're like,
no.
the person's trying too hard. If you like, for example, you see this video. Okay, this is nice. This is professional. Okay, that's fine. All right, this one's different. Okay, they all look really too professional. But that's because I'm talking about my YouTube. Let's go over here. Let's see what this is. Okay, so this is, you know, when I said to you, come up with different stories. Ideally, you or an assistant, or if you're using Simple Builder, Judy, you should post this once a day. Different variations of something like this. Okay, taking on 10 clients, taking on 5 clients. You could make it much better by saying, "I'm taking on 5 clients for October 2025. Does that make sense? Right?
And you use that same thing, basically, just different variations every day.
Different variations, different images, one with lifestyle, one with you having fun, you know, one with you talking to clients. Judy, can you just add this into the SOP now, please, so we can share it with the clients? Come up with, do this for me, come up with 15 different images and 15 different variations of this. And also, like, just saying taking on 10 new clients, it's lame, you know, like what I would do. And I again, guys, you see, Jake, I did this 50 weeks ago. That's like 1 year ago. But I'm giving you feedback. I don't give a shit if it's perfect or not. Do you understand? The reason why most people are broke, reason why most people struggle to make money is because they're way too smart and they got way too much ego. I'm just telling you this right now. Okay. I've dealt with people that make millions of dollars per month. And sometimes what the most interesting thing is, they're no smarter than you. Some of you have corporate background, you got degrees, you're very articulate. Okay, then you have other people, they just get shit done. You understand? Like, I need to record videos, I'm just gonna get it done. Is it gonna be perfect? No. Is it gonna be shit? Yes. Do I care? No. Is it gonna make me money? Yes. Okay, I have all four things. I need to make money. I've got bills to pay. Do you, right? For example, Angels, you can give me feedback, you know, blah, I appreciate it. Okay. I can hire Alex Hormozi as my main business mentor right now, which he is. He can give me feedback. That's fine. But at the end of the month, I've got 50 grand a month that I need to pay bills. Are you paying my bills? No. So let me just get back to work. Do you see where I'm going with this? So you have to find one or two mentors and just listen to them and then execute. And you have to block out all the noise, Jake. This is what's going to help you. You have to get yourself into a state of nonstop violent action. Okay, I didn't know this, but I realized with a baby, with a wife, and all of these things, you know, like it gets a little bit harder because how I used to have so much free time, now I don't have that. You know, and it's obviously I have one baby, and so I'm like also trying to spend time with my baby. Then I'm like, ah, shit, I need to get back to work, and you know, I don't want to like lose out on my baby, but I also don't want to lose out on my work because I know things move really fast. If things move really fast, your job is to move very fast. You understand? You can worry about getting shit perfect. Look at this. I did this 50 weeks ago. I'm looking at this and I'm like, this should be like a pain problem. This should lead with a pain that my ideal customer is talking. For example, Jake is my ideal client. Okay, let's say Jake and Leon and them. Yeah, they're making multiple six figures a year. If I said something along the lines of not getting paid what you're worth, start selling high ticket courses, that would probably appeal to you more, Jake, right? Than me saying I'm taking on 10 clients to work with. Yes or no? If I said most marketing agencies are filled with crap, use my copy and paste system to get 10 new clients this month, that will speak to you. Yes or no? If I said sick and tired of trying things that aren't working, here's my predictable revenue system, will that speak to you? If I said 98.5% of people never break through making six figures a year, here's how I got to 7 and then 8 figures in under 2 years, is that going to speak to you? Do you see? The messaging is what attracts the people. So like, for example, I want to tell Judy, we need to kill this. We need to refine this headline today, change this up a little bit more. And then even here, this, you know, DM for, when I'm looking at this, I'm like, like it just looks like vomit. Okay. So I would clean this up much more. Are you guys getting this? So an element of this would be the background image, the main image. You can have a prop. This headline should have been up here. Okay. Then 3 benefits, then 1 big call to action. Okay. That's how it should be. Okay. So we're going to get this changed. And what I'll do is, Judy, if you can come up with like 15 variations of this with 15 different images, lifestyle, pictures with a guru. Like, for example, I would put pictures of a lifestyle. I'd put picture of me and a guru, or me and 5 different gurus, right? So if you have pictures with people in your industry, take pictures. How many of you have spent a shit ton of money on coaches and consultants? A lot of you have. Well, guess what? If you have pictures with them, if you don't have pictures with them, fine, just Photoshop it. Who cares? What? Yeah, I'm going to Photoshop a picture of me and Alex Hormozi because I've paid him. I bought his 24K program. You really think he's gonna message me and say, hey, take my photo down? If he does that, then it's fine. I'll take it down. I don't give a shit. But I'll still do it. I'll say, I paid this guy. Do you understand? What am I doing? I'm leveraging other person's credibility, other person's authority. Okay. Sometimes some people are too afraid of putting themselves out there or leveraging. You could put a picture of Tony Robbins and be like, I've read Tony Robbins' book. I learned 5 things from him. Here's one leadership secret that I learned from him that most people don't know about. Here's how to lose weight, you know, and you can put some, I don't know, if you're teaching people how to lose weight. Okay, whatever the case is, but leverage this because this is what gets people's attention and then converts them. So Judy, if you can just add into ClickUp, we'll create, you know, 10 to 15 variations, and then I'll have a fill in the blank system for you guys next week. Would that be valuable for you guys? Absolutely. Okay. By the way, if you're watching this video on YouTube, just comment on my Instagram story sequences, and I'll get you the details for this, okay, so that you guys can use this. All right, next, these are videos. Here's a review. Look at this. Now watch this, guys. Okay, this is from 357 weeks. What is that, like 4 or 5 years ago? You happy?
Well, if I heard that nothing can.
Now watch this, you guys. I'm at my event. This lady, she comes in. She's a 20-year corporate. 100 grand she made this month in one single month.
Nothing can stop me. I'm all.
I'm changing the color.
I like change to blue.
Yeah.
Massage seats. So this guy, he's showing off his Mercedes. He was one of my clients back in the day. Now he lives in Dubai. So if you have clients, show off your clients' results, right?
Italy.
Mr. V.
I remember I was in your seminar, like in 2015, I think.
Yeah, 2014, 2015.
In London.
London, what are you doing in Dubai now?
Living life.
So now imagine, like I just had a bunch of guys come in to remove some junk from this house. And I said, oh, I live in London. And then he said, oh, I offered him my services because I can help him. Okay. He's asking me, like, what do you do? I said, I do social media for basically business owners like you. He was like, he's got junk removal business. He obviously makes like 500, $1,000 a day, but he's like, oh, I don't use Instagram. I'm like, that's where your customers are, dude. And he's like, okay, well, I'm interested. I said, all right, go to funnels.com. What do you think I'm doing, Jake? He's going to go to funnels.com. He's going to watch a video. That VSL is going to sell him. So I don't have to sit there and try to sell him. Does that make sense? So, and then I said, go check me out on Instagram. So anyway, when you come to Instagram, you need to have these things: reviews, testimonials, personal stuff. Okay, what's this? This is some health stuff that I've put together because I'm passionate about my health stuff now. All right. This is Inner Circle. Judy, you can add more pictures of gurus on this. Let's see who's on here. Okay, here's a famous fitness guy. This is one of the other dudes. This is in my penthouse, actually. Okay, so I'm just sharing insights for my penthouse. Okay, whatever. I'm just going through stuff that is going to be valuable. When people watch this, there has to be some sort of element of, oh my gosh, this is an interesting life, or this is something that I want to learn from. Judy, this is my American home, actually, where I'm in right now. And I'll post stuff. Judy. So Judy handles my social media, my Instagram and stuff. Judy, for example, on here, if I'm in Wisconsin and I'm posting pictures, make sure that you're adding these into this profile, into this reel. One of the reasons why I do this is, guys, you want to have the ability when someone comes in, they should be able to review your stuff. It's crazy because I'm actually in this exact room right now. Okay, this is the room I'm in right now. So the reason why I'm sharing this is people should be able to come in and consume and get to know you. This is important, okay? So these are different things that I'm doing in my own business. As soon as I launch an offer, I reach out, I try to get 3 to 5 customers. If 3 to 5 people pay, I got product market fit. You're going to see me announce this offer this week publicly. Then you're going to see me do a webinar on this topic. Then you're going to see me build a funnel around this topic. Then I'm going to make YouTube content promoting that service. I also found that the ideal customers are people that are already making over 20 to 50K per month. If you're not making 20 to 50K a month, you wouldn't want to pay someone 5-10 grand a month. Does that make sense? So yeah, my ideal customer is someone who is a business owner already. That's all I'm going to put my focus into. Does that make sense?
Yep.
For example, the junk guy removal, when I told him, like, I'm talking to him, and then he goes to me, how much do you charge? Obviously, because I'm always selling. Okay. So I said to him, for social media, I charge 6 grand a month. 6 grand, starting at 6 grand. He didn't flinch. He also, because I asked him straight up, because he's charging me $300 to move some stuff. And I said, how many jobs do you do in a day? He said, we can do 4 or 5 in a day. So 5 times, say $300, that's $1,500 a day. He takes maybe weekends off. It's about 30 to 40 grand a month. Probably more, probably less. Doesn't matter. But if he's making 30 to 50 grand a month right now and he's got no Instagram, will he make more if he adds Instagram? Absolutely. It's just an extra, because he only uses Google ads. So he's missing out YouTube videos. He's missing out Instagram. He's missing out TikTok. Does that make sense, you guys? Okay, so guess what I'm going to do? Today I'm going to review his funnel, and then I'm going to come up with a Loom video, loom.com. Okay, a Loom, you know what a Loom is? LOOM.com. You can research it. And I'm going to create an outreach video saying, hey, man, I can help you. This is my system. I can install this system for you. It's $6,000 a month. If you pay 3 months up front, you get $3,000 discount. Pay me $15K. I'll get this done for you. Does that make sense? Guys, hopefully this was valuable, and I will catch up with you guys later.